Take notice, main roster, because this is the way you properly do a go-home show.
What up, Mo?
Guys, getting this NXT review and reaction. Not a ton happened, but it was a very solid show and a solid in terms of a go-home for this Sunday's NXT TakeOver 36, which is a massive, massive pay-per-view. The show started off with Roderick Strong issuing an open challenge because Kushida was not physically clear to compete because they were supposed to have their cruiserweight title match tonight. Didn't happen. Dragunov, Ilya Dragunov is the guy who, accepts the open challenge, and they go on to have a really, really solid match between the two. Really physical, a lot of mat-based work. Dragunov just seems to like ram himself completely at you at all times, and insane intensity. Busted himself open in this match while he's suplexing Roderick Strong. In the end, Dragunov gets the win. Afterwards, he's screaming Walter's name for Walter to come out, but Walter does not show up.
Yeah, just this was kind of a wrench thrown into NXT plan, so they put something together. It worked. It was fun. It's a good match. Dragunov, I'm not sure if his style of wrestling is gonna have him have a long career, because the guy literally like destroys himself. So we'll see how that works for him. But I mean, him versus Walter, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be physical. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna look real painful, and I'm excited for it. Those are the matches I like, painful, realistic type matches, and that's what we're gonna get. So I'm excited for that. So decent way to start off the show.
Definitely what you're gonna get at NXT TakeOver 36 is a match like that. Could be the match that steals the entire show, the best match of the night. But a good way, solid way to start off the show. Now the next thing on the show was Isaiah Swerve Scott and Hit Row in the ring talking about Santos Escobar. Santos Escobar will show up on the video screen and say that he will hand the grill back to Isaiah Swerve Scott by himself in the parking lot. Isaiah Swerve Scott goes out there by himself. He's attacked by the rest of Legado Fantasma. Here comes Hit Row. They brawl in the parking lot. Very, very solid thing. Feels like gang warfare out there. It's really, really good stuff. It was a solid segment. The beef between these two factions is really heating up. This is a really good way to take it to another level. Really awesome stuff from everybody involved. Trying to take out the grill, using harpooning, I think it was Raul Mendoza, into the garage door. Really, really good stuff.
NWO style back in the day.
Yeah, call back to that. But it's a lot of fun. Really, really good stuff. Like I said, gang warfare between these two factions.
Yeah, I love the camera work too. It had like that guerrilla, filming feel where it felt like it was just down dirty in there, so it felt more realistic. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun segment. These guys each group has really kept getting better and better and better, especially in this feud. And that's what you want from a feud, especially with like younger guys and guys that are still relatively new and have just been put together. So they've been doing a great job booking this rivalry so far.
Yeah, it's going to be really good stuff. I don't think they have a match for the North American Championship set up at NXT TakeOver. It could be set up. I don't know. I do have a few matches on the card. NXT likes to keep their takeovers or short, like 4 or 5 matches on the show. So it may not get time to be on there. The next thing on the show was Cameron Grimes versus Josh Briggs, who we've seen in the NXT Breakout Tournament, got eliminated in the first round. LA Knight offers him $10,000 to defeat Cameron Grimes in a match. Shout out to Cameron Grimes wrestling the entire match in that Butler outfit. Ted DiBiase on commentary challenges Cameron Grimes to double or nothing, make it $20,000 that Cameron Grimes will win. And in the end, Grimes gets the win, gaining $20,000 for the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. LA Knight would attack Cameron Grimes afterwards, but the match is already set. NXT TakeOver 36, Grimes, LA Knight winner. Either if LA Knight wins, he gets DiBiase's butler, and if Cameron Grimes wins, he gets the title, and he's no longer the butler of LA Knight.
Yeah, I mean, this has been well done from start to finish. I'm liking the progression and how now this is like the end of it, and we'll see who wins. We'll see who's the better man. And LA Knight, his first big time feud, he really pulled Cameron Grimes up, and Cameron Grimes was also getting hot with this whole when he came back with the the Wall Street bets type of gimmick and stuff in the middle of the thing going forward, and that really worked. And this was a great feud for both guys to build those characters and become stars. And they're not quietly, but they've not been the main title, but they've been doing their thing. And now look at them. Now they have one of the biggest feuds going into TakeOver. So just kudos to them, kudos to NXT. And we don't know what we're gonna get after this TakeOver. So it's I almost feel a little bittersweet getting too involved in the matches right now because I don't know what we're going to get afterwards. But I mean, come on, this has been good. This has been really good.
It has been really good. We'll see what happens, what comes of everything after NXT TakeOver 36. But this feud with a little bit of wrinkles involved each and every week. It still remains solid throughout the entire time, which is tough for a rivalry this long. We got some video packages for Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole 3, and an interview between Raquel and Dakota. Solid stuff as always from WWE and NXT. Production value, all that stuff, always well done. Excited for those matches. Next thing in the show is Dexter Lumis and Indi Hartwell IN-Dex teaming up for the first time in a mixed tag match against Robert Stone and Jesse Camilla. Obviously, there's a lot of comedy involved because Robert Stone's involved, so you gotta get that. IN-Dex gets the win by submission. They're both doing the submissions at the same time, one on the outside, one on the inside. Technically, Indi Hartwell is the one that gets the submission victory. Then, they're copying each other the whole night. There's looks back and forth. You can cut the sexual tension with a knife between these two.
Yes, you can.
Indi Hartwell looks at Beth Phoenix outside, gets something from her, comes inside the ring, and immediately proposes to Dexter Lumis, wasting no time. They've only known each other, dated each other such a short amount of time, a week basically.
Right?
Yeah, maybe two.
Hey man, love is love, man. Love is love.
Yeah, and now they're together, and he said yes, and we'll see where the story takes a turn out of this going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it would be the Garganos versus IN-Dex, but with Candice LeRae being pregnant, she's obviously not gonna have a match, so that kind of get those them wrench in that. But this was fun. Beth Phoenix it was weird that she had the ring. I don't know, I felt kind of off, but it was what it was. But again, where's it gonna go? What does this all become? It's been fun. It's been quirky. It's been dumb. It's been good. I don't know. It's Dexter Lumis. You just don't know what you're gonna get. So it's definitely been entertaining to say the least. So I mean, where's it gonna go? Who the hell knows? Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see. Obviously Candice LeRae announced she was pregnant, so that's kind of throwing that out there. They'll do a lot of out of the ring type of work when it comes to that, but we'll see with this whole wedding thing. We're gonna hopefully we get the wedding and how that'll be probably be pretty entertaining, the wedding on NXT television, how that one goes down. But the next thing on the show, NXT Breakout Tournament semifinals, Carmelo Hayes versus Duke Hudson, to see who makes it to the final, takes on Odyssey Jones at NXT Takeover. So this is what we got. And it was a solid match between the two. I kind of felt like Hudson may have been the favorite going in. But Hayes is a guy who they've been building up as he's pretty much these two guys. They have legitimate actual NXT breakout stars for the tournament to be actually called breakout tournament. Carmelo Hayes probably being the bigger kid, the match against Adam Cole, stuff like that. Duke Hudson, formerly known as Brendan Vink, out there, upgraded his looks a lot better. They had a solid match between the two. Hayes gets the win, so he advances to the finals, taking on Odyssey Jones. It seems like a foregone conclusion that Carmelo Hayes will win this tournament because he seems like obviously the most viable star to break out, hence the name Breakout Tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really been that excited or paying attention too much to this breakout star thing. I think it's been okay. I haven't loved the matches. This match was okay. I'm not sure if any of these guys are really TV ready. Everything. I don't know. I'm not anything personal against Carmelo Hayes, but or Odyssey Jones. I just don't like the promos. I don't like the way they come off.
They're a little rough around the edges and stuff.
Yeah, they're rough around the edges, which I get. It's fine, but like I don't know. It's not. They're not catching my eye. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm just not getting it right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, Carmelo Hayes is really the only guy that has had actual matches during this tournament. Everybody else has been kind of quick squash matches and finishes.
And that's why I just haven't been able to get behind it. I know they're pushing Carmelo Hayes as a way to get him on TV every week and feel important, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel like that big of a thing. I don't know. I haven't really been getting behind it.
Yeah, we'll see how the tournament goes down. There's a big size difference going in. We'll see who ends up winning. They could push Odyssey Jones. They could push Carmelo Hayes two ways. They can go with it. We'll see what happens. But it won't be the last time you see Duke Hudson, I don't think. Now, next thing on the show is NXT Tag Team Championship match. MSK, the champions, taking on Imperium. Now, this is a very solid match. MSK is a really, really fun babyface tag team. A little bit of a kind of a mix between a throwback babyface tag team and a new age babyface tag team. They mix, the styles well. A lot of fire between both guys. They work very, very well with each other. Walter does come out, try to cause the interference to get Imperium to get the win, but here comes Dragunov, brawls with Walter, gets his ass handed to him by Walter, allowing MSK to recover, get the win, retain the titles. Afterwards, Dragunov will get his ass handed to him by Imperium, and Walter basically slaps the living hell out of his chest and pretty much ends his life there. So this is going to be interesting stuff, but with the rule of reverse momentum, seemingly Dragunov seems like he's going to come out as the new NXT United Kingdom champion.
I want Walter to never lose just because I love Walter. He's like
Yeah.
the biggest badass on planet Earth.
But
Like
in terms of like logically, this guy makes the most sense because he's so willing to throw his body at you, like just and kill himself to win. Yeah,
he's basically killed himself after every match. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, I mean those chops and those hits are just God, they feel so real, and I love it, and I love everything about Walter. It's just everything is so real and grounded. You can't really go wrong with it. There's no like loose ends in his character. It all feels real. And MSK, they're a really, really good tag team. I mean, I would say they're even with like WWE, just on the main roster, they're a top 5 tag team right now. I mean, it's not saying much because there's not that much depth in the tag team division, but they're quickly getting up there. But Walter Dragunov, I can't wait. I'm mouth watering about how violent this match is going to be. Like, it's not for the weak of heart. There's going to be some pain, some bruises, some marks. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great.
To be honest with you, I would like to see this match go to a time limit draw between the two of them. I think that would be a really, really solid ending for that match, is a time limit draw. If you want to extend it afterwards, like, oh, let's get into sudden death, we have to find a winner. Dragunov gets the win, and to a point where he can't really defend for like a month or so after, because he's still in the hospital because he's being beat up. So that'd be kind of
that would be a great call. That'd be a great call where they just go back to promos of him in the hospital, so recovering, but being a champion. Maybe Walter goes away for a little bit. I know, is he coming to the States like full time? We don't know. Nobody really knows. So if he does, I mean, push that boy to the main roster, because imagine him versus Roman or something.
Yeah, time will tell how Walter, progresses after, if he does even lose the title. But we'll see. It's gonna be a banger of a match. Next thing on the show, it's another fun, stuff. Even with the stuff that's been going on Monday Night Raw with Karrion Kross being up there and being just kind of being used so terribly. It's a face-to-face between these two guys, and they brawl all over the arena. They break down the barricades. It's really good stuff between the two guys. A lot of animosity between the two. We've been excited for this fight for a while. Even with, like I said, the stuff been going on with Karrion Kross on Monday Night Raw being booked so terribly and used so terribly up there, it's taken away a little bit, but it hasn't taken away everything from this match, and it still should be a lot of fun and a fun match to see, seemingly with Joe winning at NXT TakeOver.
We don't have to wait for Sunday.
And those combustible elements just blew up.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like, we're Scarlet, like, it's just all this it's been weird ever since he went to the roster. So he's lost a little bit of that shine that he had going in, and that's not his fault. That's just WWE's fault for being a bunch of Dumases. But it's still strong. Samoa Joe, seeing him back in the ring, it gets me excited. These two guys are gonna have again another ground and pound. Two guys that are gonna lay their shit in, and it's gonna look real. It's gonna look good. So we should be excited for this match. I think Samoa Joe will end up being the champ, and I'm not sure how that's going to go, if NXT's going youth-wise, and who knows how it's going to be, but I think Karrion Kross is going to get pushed to the main roster, so good luck to you, buddy. Hopefully they don't screw you over.
Yeah, hopefully they don't, but it was a solid
so far they've been terrible, so
yeah, it was a solid go home for NXT. This is the way Raw should be doing their go homes. Very solid. Play it safe, but take a couple chances here and there and do some things to get you excited for the pay-per-view. But appreciate you guys for tuning in for our NXT review reaction. Make sure you drop a like on this. We'll hit the chair in the corner. Make sure you check out all the videos that have dropped. The problem WWE has for Roman Reigns, the pros and cons of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan AEW, and the NXT is dead video. Apropos, we're talking about NXT right now. The NXT is dead or is dying or will die, all that stuff like that. Make sure you stay tuned for Thursday, 5:15 p.m. Got the live stream predictions for SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver 36. Make sure you tune in for that. Tomorrow night, AEW Dynamite review and reaction. Friday night, SmackDown and AEW Rampage review and reaction. Ton of stuff going on here. We got reviews for SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver right after the shows. Hopefully, West Coast pop for both times. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If it doesn't work for you, but don't have to do the job.
Later, Marks.